Good day, Summers. This is Raabemaster bringing you a guide to begin owning with Kha'Zix in 5 minutes. Let's begin. Kha'Zix is an AD caster assassin who relies on his skill set to get close to squishy targets and burst them down while staying alive thanks to his evolved skills which grant him survivability and mobility. Kha'Zix is most commonly seen in the mid lane but can also go top lane and serve as a ganking jungler. He is picked for his great matchups versus AP laners and strong pushing and roaming presence after 6. Skill build. Skilling Kha'Zix has slight variations based on what your role is and can be somewhat situational. In lane, maxing Void Spike first, then Taste Their Fear second, and Leap Blast is the usual skill build. You can make an argument for maxing Taste Their Fear first against weak laning champions and those with little pushing power, but the lane dominance Void Spike brings is usually preferred. Jungle Kha'Zix can max out either based on player preference, where maxing Q gives higher damage ganks and W gives faster clears. The initial jungle build should be W, Q, W, E unless you wish to gank before level 4, at which case get your leap when applicable. As per norm, get your ultimate at level 6, 11, and 16. Kha'Zix's evolutions also play a big part in his skill build. The undisputed best 2 evolutions for Kha'Zix players to evolve is Spike Racks and Evolve Leap. Evolve Spike Racks first and Evolve Leap second in lane while doing the reverse if you are jungling. The real debate comes when deciding what to evolve at level 16. Evolving Claws gives you more isolation damage, which is good for picking off out of position champions late game. However, against more competent opponents, evolving your ultimate is much stronger in teamfights and is picked up far more often than the alternative. Itemization. Kha'Zix is an assassin and therefore madly in love with damage items. For starting items in lane, longsword, boots, crystalline flask, and cloth armor, all with their respective amount of health potions, are the best choices and depend on how easy your lane is and what you will need most. From there, pick up some swords with the Doran, Long, or even BF variety for some early game punch. Jungle starting items for Kha'Zix is the standard machete and 5 red sodas. From there, rush boots and mobility because Kha'Zix is a jungler who lives and dies by the success of his ganks, because there is no such thing as a cost-effective assassin build. Building the machete into a Wriggles is a good option if the other team has a couple bruisers, but leaving the machete alone or even going halfway to Madrid's Razor is also strong. If you choose to ignore the Wriggles, get a Doran's Blade or 2 for some nice stats. Boot choices for Kha'Zix are limited to Boots of Mobility, Merc Treads, Ninja Tabby, and CDR boots. Boots of Mobilities are, in my opinion, the best for even laning Kha'Zix because roaming is a great way to snowball and put your team ahead. The other boot choices should be picked up on an as-needed basis. Offensive items for Kha'Zix are the standard AD assassin items. Both Black Cleaver and Last Whisper are amazing choices as they allow you to rip through armor like tissue paper. Your other big damage choice is a Bloodthirster. It gives you the most AD in the game, so feel free to pick up more than one if you want the damages. Trinity Force for great stats and Wit's End for attack speed are both items that Kha'Zix can pick up. However, the name of the game is burst damage from abilities, so these items aren't the most recommended. Wit's End even less so than Trinity. Defensive items on Kha'Zix should be gotten after your major damage items if you find yourself dying a bit too much in teamfights. Maw Malmortes and Frozen Mal are both good hybrid choices for damage and tankiness, although the slow of Frozen Mal is a little redundant. Also, Frozen Heart and Random's Omen are both very strong against AD heavy lineups. The big defensive items for Kha'Zix are GA and Warmogs, because of the massive boost in survivability they give for the price of only 1 item slot. Tips and advice. Kha'Zix gains a lot of killing power once he hits level 6. While his ult doesn't directly give him a damage nuke, it gives him multiple slows, unpredictability, chasing power, and depending on what he evolved, an increase in damage. If you are a jungler, head towards mid when you think Kha'Zix will hit level 6 to either prevent him from killing the other laner or help him. If you evolve Kha'Zix's stealth, don't just spam it during teamfights. Try and wait until you know damage is about to hit you and then stealth. The percentage of damage reduction is huge, so using it correctly will make you very survivable. Don't let Kha'Zix poke down your team before a teamfight. Either disengage from the standoff before he can bring your team low, or initiate at your earliest convenience. While his poke is AoE, it doesn't have the range of Nidalee Spears. Kha'Zix must come forward to use Void Spikes. That could be the prime time to initiate against him if he comes too far up. Kha'Zix with Evolved Leap can be very good at tower diving due to the fact that his leap will reset when his target dies. Jungle Kha'Zix relies on successful ganks to get good damage items. Ward well and avoid his ganks, even if that means you have to be more passive than you would like. A shutdown Kha'Zix is a worthless Kha'Zix. Alternatively, most jungle duelists can break his exoskeleton in half, so hunting him down in his jungle is also a strong option. Make sure you go for the squishiest target in team fights as Kha'Zix, because focusing damage on tanks or bruisers is a big waste. Half your kit is devoted to getting you to the squishies. Utilize it. As an insect, both Swain and Anivia are super effective, so beware against those champions. Learning to juke with line of sight and your stealth can save your life and get you kills, especially since you have up to 3 attempts at it. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Raabemaster. Like and subscribe for more awesome guides and League of Legends Procasts. I hope you guys learned something to improve your game, because change is good.